Hello and welcome to Mr. Castillo's art class. Today we're going to discuss the element of line along with recapping some of the elements and principles of design. So let's get started. So this is some vocabulary word to keep in mind for this next lecture. Pause if you need to go over them. So the basic elements of design. These are 7 elements in art and design. These are line, shape, texture, value, color, space, and form. These are the two-dimensional building blocks for art. So when you combine 2 of these, you can make works of art, or 2 or more. So these are examples like oxygen and hydrogen are 2 elements on their own, but when you combine them together, you make water. So we combine these by using the principles of design, which are also 7, and these are rhythm, movement, balance, proportion, variety, emphasis, harmony, and unity. So when we have elements, for example, repeat, as in pattern, you can make you can have repetition of color and line, and you have a work of art that has patterns. Mediums are the materials to make art. So for example, canvas and acrylic paint make paintings, or you can have clay and or mud in combinations of these. So just keep in mind that mediums are the materials to make art. Okay, jumping into line. Line is often referred as the most basic element of art. It is this way because line is used to create almost any works of art. We start with line to design these. Now, line can be a point in motion, a series of points, a connection between points, or an implied connection between points. So let me explain a little bit what each means. So with line, you can see the difference. Outline. Outlines, you make 2-dimensional drawings, and when you add the other elements, you can have that 2-dimensional outline drawing into 3-dimensional drawing. Lines can be implied. Lines can be invisible. Case in point, like here in the left hand side, you have a triangle that is upside down. You don't see the lines to make the triangle, but it's implied it's there. On the right hand side, you have these light bulbs coming across, going up and down in a linear form. These are also connected by an invisible line. Just how you make a line at the lunch room to get your lunch. Well, you're making a line, but you are not connected together. Lines can have motion. Depending on how you use these lines, you can have motion. When you use curved lines and diagonal lines, you tend to give the objects motion. Lines can create movements, a connection in series of direction. Just as you follow the staircase, the ramp right there, you can see the motion of the line moving. Now coming to this work of art by Michelangelo. This work of art is in the Sistine Chapel. Now this work of art is put here because we have a sense of direction by use of line. If you follow this path right here, you can see a connection between the 2 objects. This work of art is in the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican. If you don't know what the Vatican is, well, look it up in Google so you can learn more about it, and also Michelangelo. So, what are the types of lines in art? Well, there are 5 main types of line. These are vertical lines, which go up and down, horizontal lines, which are side to side, diagonal lines, they usually are corner to corner, zigzag lines make a Z directional movement, and of course curved lines, which turn and curve and have amounts of degrees. These are wavy usually. So here are 5 works of art. Identify which are vertical, horizontal, or zigzag, and curve. Vertical and horizontal lines are static. This implies stillness, like they are not moving. These are used for showing images that are stagnant. Like I said, the zigzag, curve, and diagonal lines imply motion. As you can see in these works of art, the use of diagonal lines imply that there's movement in the background. Notice the tree in the back at an angle, like it's about to tip over. The gentleman running away from the field, the horse's legs. On the left hand side, you can see the room at an odd angle. This implies movement, especially with the characters dancing right there. Lines can you be used to make gestural drawings, calligraphy, and to make actual drawings. We can use lines to make hatching and cross hatching. This is to create values and shadows. As you can see at the hand right there, you can get a closer look. You can see small tiny squares used with the line, but these tiny squares create this sense of shadows to create cross hatching. Your assignment will be to make a Zentangle drawing first and foremost, and I'll give you more examples of that. Some drawings of your hand, some gestural drawings of a classmate, and or design your own tattoo. The due date will be 2 days to create each one. Let me show you some examples of Zentangles. Here's a nice little video of a Zentangle work of art with lasers.
Okay, Andy Gickling, Dave Mulder. Here we are, December 2014. Fire in the hole.
Alright, well, how cool was that? Creating a Zentangle with lasers. Well, here are some examples of Zentangles. These are general Zentangles you find on the internet. I have also seen these at the racks of HEB where they sell them, where you are to color them in. However, here we're gonna make one from scratch. Here's a few more. Now, if you're an advanced student and want to take a challenge, well, I suggest you do an animal outline and fill it in with Zentangles. Here are some basic ideas. Here are some more. And here are some more. Now when you're done with your Zentagles, you might want to practice drawing your hand three-dimensionally using the cross-hatching method. Here are some more ideas. And tattoo designs using a combination of Zentagles and lines. Well, if you're interested in how Zentangle looks, I recommend you go to the internet and type Zentagles, and you can borrow some ideas. When you go to images, you'll see lots and lots of designs to choose from. Now, like I said, you may borrow some ideas, but you are not to copy directly from the internet. You may borrow one from here and one from over here and so on. You can also go to YouTube and type in Zentagles for beginners or for regular Zentagles, and you'll see lots and lots of designs, lots of videos that you can pause and you can slowly do. So these are really cool to make, to borrow. Okay. And this is one of the products we did in class of a Zentangle. You can see this is how we began to make a Zentangle. Well, actually, this is how we began to make a Zentangle. So what I start with the students is I have them draw out a border all around the paper, and then fill in a bunch of vertical, horizontal curved lines. And then once I divide my paper into different spaces, I come and fill out different designs. I really recommend to you get yourself a Sharpie pen. These are really good to do the Zentagles. And when we're done with the Zentagles, color it in with your regular Sharpies, and these will make really interesting, cool designs. So that is it for now. Thanks for watching.